testimony of Jesus. It's all about Jesus.
During the course of service, Apostle Peter John Gabriel gave series of prophecies and their dates regarding the South African general elections. Now, let us listen to what the man of God said.
South Africa, they are having their election. When is it coming? Huh? South African election is coming when? Okay. So the current president of South Africa, will he retain his seat? Will he retain his seat? Will the current president of South Africa retain his seat? That is a message. Ramaphosa, right? Cyril what? Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa, Cyril Ramaphosa, Cyril Ramaphosa. South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa, Cyril. Interpret it for me. Cyril Ramaphosa, Cyril. God bless you. 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 I bless you. I bless your nation. I bless South Africa. I bless you. 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 The violence I see in your election, I remove it. The violence I see in your election, I remove it. South Africa, I'm talking to you right now. The violence I see in your election, I remove it. 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 I remove it in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. Remember, on the 1st of May, a message was given about South Africa because of our coming election. And we understand there are different candidates and different people running to win the prize. Everybody wants to win. That is election. Politics. Everybody want to what? Want to win. You know what? The current president of South Africa needs to pray very well. He's about to go through the toughest election in politics. So, he has to pray. He has to pray so as to retain his seat. The election is coming on Wednesday, right? On Wednesday. So he has to pray to retain his seat. But there are chances for him to sit on his throne. There are chances for him to sit on his throne. Okay? He has a good chance to sit on his throne again. But his people, majority of them, are disappointed. You know, he has a party. And the party, because of the love of that party, the people that are there, because of the love of that party, they are deciding to say, let us try him again. Let's try him again to see what he will do. But majority are disappointed by his governance and what has happened. South Africa happens to be a major player in the Southern African nations because of their diverse culture and their color. They have white and black. And their influences in Africa is also seen.
You know, I told you about the president of South Africa. I was asking the question, will he retain his seat? Will he retain back this is seat? Will he retain his seat? Now he is here. And now election time has come. The seat is empty. Everybody is fighting to see how they can go back to their seat. The seat is there, it's empty. They are fighting. They are fighting. How can they go back? And then the question is, will he return back to his seat? A good question. I see people disappointed of South African president called Cyril Ramaphosa. But he has one chance. I keep on saying that. He has one chance. For the love of the party, that is the only saving grace for him. Without that love of the party from the people, I don't know. If he will return back to his seat, mercy brought him back. It's not because he has anything, but mercy did what? Mercy returned him back to the seat. Understand what I'm saying? This is the picture I see while I'm praying right now. Right now, what I'm praying right now. So this is how God wants me to speak. Okay? Okay? This is how God wants me to speak. So I'm speaking according to the voice of God, the way He wants me to speak. Very important. So let us join hands together and pray. And pray. We want unity. And what I'm saying, I don't want this, after this election, so that it didn't turn to be like a violence. Because what I'm seeing now, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that. Okay? It's a picture that I'm seeing. Okay? So, rioting. Okay? So, we are praying against it, that God should take it away. Okay? When something is said, no, we will not agree. We will not agree. We don't want this one. We don't want this one. We don't want that. We will not agree. No. Let us agree. That's what? Let's agree. We will not agree. We will not agree. We will not agree. That is not the best thing at all. Okay? Father, your mercy. I pray for the nation of South Africa. I remove that violence I see in my revelation right now. I remove the violence to get out. Get out. If God will have His way, God will take control. And that will be averted. Father, this violence, right now, I remove it. Remember, today is the day of the election. Right now, by my own time now, is 7 to 8, which is South Africa now is 8 to 9. Okay? So, I'm saying this right now, this morning now. Okay? It's morning prayer, I'm saying so now. Okay? Father, take control. 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 Lord, have mercy. Take control. Take control. Take control. Take control. Take control. Today, the 29th of May. Father, take control. Take control. Take control. Take control. Let your mercy and favor speak for this nation. Your mercy and favor speak for them. 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 In the name of Jesus Christ, I see some people want to join themselves together so that they can push South African current president out of seat. You want to join themselves together to push him out of the seat. Only mercy can return him back on the seat there. Only mercy. Father, I pray for them, for that mercy, for that mercy. Lord, have mercy on them. 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 Lord, your mercy, your mercy, your mercy, your mercy, your mercy, your mercy, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ.
People of God, we have listened to what Apostle Peter John Gabriel prophesied concerning South Africa's 2024 general elections, please take note of the following words of prophecy. The man of God said, 1. Pray against the situation where some people will say we will not accept the results. 2. He said majority are disappointed in the governance of the president. But for the love of the party, people in the party will consider voting for the party. If he should retain his seat, mercy brought him back. Number 3, he said, this will be the toughest elections in the history of South African politics. Number 4, he also said we should pray against any form of violence, that if God should have his way, the elections will be without violence. Number 5, that we should pray for unity. Now, let us watch the prophecy confirmation.
Now we're receiving a lot of complaints and information from our party agents where result slips that are compiled by presiding officers are not in line with what we've been presented and recorded by our party agents, and that also directly impacts on the numbers that you are seeing behind us. So in potential or primarily we are saying now we don't recognize these results, we object them. We are calling for immediate manual counting because this has infringed on the rights of South Africans, to decide a government of their choice. And they also did not communicate effectively the changes in the electoral constitution, electoral act, particularly section 24, wherein members of the society can only exercise their rights to vote in districts that which they would have been registered for at. And that was not effectively communicated. And that also denied them their democratic right to decide on a party and a government of their choice. And now that has led us to this situation where we have to take a stand and decide, in fact, shun this exercise and say, IEC, your integrity is gone. You are not impartial, you are not independent. In fact, you're aiding whatever it is that you were doing against the independence and the participation of parties in them deciding the government of their choice and what they want.
Nobody must force us to say now this is what are as a result. Well, the results are not correct. I think the institutions must satisfy us that they did look into the issues. We are going to need the time. Nobody must declare. If that happens, people will be provoking us because we know what we are talking about. We are not guessing. We know. And why should they rush to count? And I'm hoping whoever is responsible is hearing what we are saying. Don't start trouble when there is no trouble.
The ANC has controlled politics in South Africa for 3 decades, but not anymore. The African National Congress has lost its majority for the first time since taking power. So what's behind the setback, and how will it shape politics in the country? This is Inside Story. Hello, welcome to the programme. I'm Tom McRae. It's a vote that's ended 30 years of the ANC's dominance in South African politics. Voters dealt a blow to the African National Congress, angry at what they consider to be its failure to deal with a dire economy and poverty. Now the party will have to engage in talks with rivals to form a coalition government. So what concessions might it make, and what does a weakened ANC mean for politics in the country? We will talk
A historic plunge in support for the party in power for 30 years. The governing African National Congress, or ANC, had won a majority in every election since the end of apartheid.
The results
But on Wednesday, it got about 40% of the votes in general elections, a fall of roughly 17% on 2019. With unemployment high and poverty widespread, many voters feel disillusioned.
It's a lesson for ANC that they got 40%, that they must speed up their system and do service delivery to the people, because the people are hungry, people are struggling.
The ANC's setback was partly due to the former president. Jacob Zuma resigned in 2018 following a series of corruption scandals. Back in South African politics with his newly founded MK party, he pulled support away from the ANC. His party came third nationally with 15% of the votes and won in the KwaZulu-Natal province, or KZN, formerly an ANC stronghold.
We needed change to start from somewhere. And I'm glad being a part of KZN, bringing about the change and saying, you know what, we are tired of what this is, we are trying to take a new direction, and hopefully this new direction will bring change.
Another breakaway party, the Economic Freedom Fighters, helped split the votes, along with the Democratic Alliance movement coming second. The ANC will now have to form a coalition government to stay in power. It's also been undermined by rising crime rates, corruption scandals, and constant power blackouts.
The ANC used to be the political party that has been there for the black majority, only to find out that they are not there.
With Parliament due to elect a president in the next 14 days, it's uncertain whether Cyril Ramaphosa can keep the top job.
We won't engage with the ANC of Cyril Ramaphosa. We can have a discussion with the ANC. But the ANC of Cyril Ramaphosa? How is that possible?
From a liberation movement under Nelson Mandela, the ANC came to power with promises of prosperity for all and greater equality. Promises many South Africans say it's failed to deliver, and they can only hope a coalition might do better. Ibtisam Genford, Al Jazeera.
All right, let's move on now. 2024 elections have ushered in a paradigm shift in South African politics. The African National Congress, also known as the ANC, which has enjoyed a 30-year dominance in South African politics, has lost its long-held absolute parliamentary majority. ANC, which would have needed over 50% of all votes to form the government on its own, has seen its share slip to barely 40%. South Africa's Election Commission announced official results on Sunday evening, and with the focus now shifting to the coalition politics and alliance formation. South Africa's ruling African National Congress, the ANC, has won 159 out of the 400 seats. In the previous election in 2019, the party had won 230 seats. ANC's main challenger, the Democratic Alliance, came second with 87 seats. Ex-President Jacob Zuma's MK party won 58 seats, while the Economic Freedom Fighters came fourth with 39 seats. The ANC has said that it was open to talk to all political parties to form a coalition government following the election. Some political analysts say that President Cyril Ramaphosa may have to step down, but ANC leader said on Sunday that the party would not bend to pressure from other political forces.
Thank you very much to all of you. The final announcement of the 2024 national and provincial election results today in many ways represents a victory for our democracy as South Africans. It also represents a victory of our constitutional order, but more importantly, it represents a victory for all the people of South Africa. We have held another successful election that has been free, fair, credible, and peaceful.
For the ANC, a deal with any of the opposition parties, including the DA, MK or EFF, will likely mean significant policy concessions and senior government or parliamentary positions for their partner. The moot question will be whether Cyril Ramaphosa stays as president. An election for president in parliament is due within 2 weeks. The ANC was unlikely to pick the white-based Democratic Alliance as its sole coalition partner, even though its market-friendly stance would sit well with Ramaphosa. An alliance with the DA would be favoured by investors, of course. The EFF, led by Julius Malema, a former leader of the ANC's youth wing, may be a more natural fit for the ANC, but relations are tense between Malema and some ANC factions. The EFF said in April it would partner with the ANC if it got the powerful post of finance minister. The ANC has not disclosed its thinking on any non-majority scenario. A deal with the MK, which emerged as the third biggest party, would also be difficult given that former President Jacob Zuma, who is now the MK president, has ruled out an alliance with the ANC. The MK has repeatedly said it would not enter any coalition government if Ramaphosa stays on. Jacob Zuma has threatened to challenge the electoral results in court, and fears of violence have risen. Now, correspondent Carlin Ongmu has more on this.
Coalition talks are on. The next 48 hours is going to be very important for ANC to decide who is going to be the best partner to work with for the next 5 years. Some experts have said in order to save South Africa, ANC and DA are the best bet, even though their policies might clash. DA, on the other hand, has said they will speak to everyone, but has warned that the coalition between ANC, EFF and Zuma's Mkhonto weSizwe party will be the destruction of South Africa, and termed the coalition as Doomsday Coalition. President Cyril Ramaphosa has called on all political parties to overcome the differences and find common ground to form the first national coalition government. This is Carlin Ongmu from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION, World is One.
We at Testimony of Jesus give thanks to God for the word of prophecy and its confirmation. We are praying for continuous unity in South Africa and for a better South Africa in Jesus Christ's name. Testimony of Jesus is all about Jesus.
twitter.com/TOJChrist, on Facebook at facebook.com/Testimony of Jesus Official, on YouTube at youtube.com/Testimony of Jesus Channel, and on Instagram at instagram.com/Testimony of Jesus.